This is also part of the tie series in the leg stretches. Go ahead and bring the tie around the ball of your foot. Remember, the heel is above the hip. We always want an arch in the lower back. Place both sides of the strap in the opposite hand. Both shoulders remain on the floor, and you want to bring the leg across the body. The hip will come up off the floor, and try to bring the leg as far headward as possible without allowing that shoulder to come away from the floor. It's very important this hip and buttock move down towards the opposite foot, and you want to now turn the toe towards the floor. This will accentuate the stretch in the outer thigh area. And again, you want to hold for 5 to 10 breaths. This is part of the tie stretch series. We're going to stretch the inner thigh, inner hamstring. Go ahead and bring the leg above you. Place the strap around the ball of the foot. Try to keep the foot flat, the toes spread. This time you're going to take the leg off to the same side, so you want both ends of the strap in the same hand. You want to keep this opposite hip grounded. It would be good to place a block or a book beside the hip that you're stretching, and go ahead and lower the leg out to the side, bringing the tie and leg as headward as possible. And then you want to turn the toe down to the floor to accentuate that stretch. You want to keep the feet flat and the toes spread. You'll hold for 5 to 10 breaths. With the strap, so you're going to extend both legs. Make sure the feet are flexed, toes are spread, and the toes are pointing up. You want to grab your yoga tie and bring your leg above your hip and place the tie around the ball of your foot once again. It's important to keep the foot flat and the toes spreading. You want the heel above the toes. Now, your buttocks has to stay grounded on this. Your IT band goes from here to here, and if you lift your buttocks off of the floor, you're not going to get this stretch. So what you're going to do is you're going to guide your heel across towards your opposite shoulder towards the belly button, but it's a very slight movement so that you can feel the IT band stretch. And then you want to turn your toes towards the opposite side, trying to keep the foot flat. You want to put a plate on your foot, and you'll hold for 5 to 10 breaths. This is the hamstring stretch with the tie. So what you're going to do is lay flat on your back, both legs extended, toes pointing up, and the feet very flat with the toes spread throughout this whole exercise. You've got a yoga strap. Go ahead and bring one leg up. Place the strap around the ball of the foot. And then what you want to do is you want to bring your heel directly above your hip, even if your knee is bent. We don't want the leg this way. It will create a lot of stress on the back. Then what you want to do is you want to create a tunnel underneath your back. All the way from one side to the other, we should be able to get our hand through to the other side. So what you want to do is pull the foot flat with the toes spread. You want to reach up with long arms as long as the shoulders can stay on the ground, and you want to pull slightly headward. The heel lifts very gently as you breathe, but you want to keep the buttocks grounded to get that stretch. You'll hold here for anywhere from 5 to 10 breaths. Then you're going to change the orientation of the foot. We're going to toe in and heel out. This is going to get more of the outer hamstring, but you have to keep the hip grounded and make sure that the hips are staying even here. Sometimes you may need to reach your buttocks down towards the opposite foot that is flexed and flat. Sometimes you may need to bend your knee and place your foot flat to reduce the stress off of the back. Then we're going to change the orientation of the foot once again and turning the toe out. This is going to accentuate the stretch of the inner hamstring tendons. Okay, and you'll hold each position for 5 to 10 breaths. Still maintaining that arch underneath the back,